Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Tuesday the 11th of October. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll take a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. And between days 11 and 15, the majority of the available forecast models maintain temperatures to be generally above climate averages by between 1 and 3 degrees across the majority of Europe. Generally, there is little change between days 6 and 10 as well, with the majority of the available forecast models signalling temperatures to be very near to climate norms, though again perhaps just trending slightly above by between 1 and 3 degrees, particularly across some central areas of Europe. And finally, over the next 2 to 5 days, the distinct east and west split continues today, with the majority of the available forecast models signalling temperatures to be near or trending above climate averages across many western areas of Europe, yet in contrast many eastern areas of Europe are likely to have temperatures trending below climate norms. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And between days 11 and 15, as we move towards the weekend of the 22nd and the 23rd of October, despite some model divergence with regards to the expected temperature trends, overall, all of the available forecast models maintain temperatures to be at least 2 or perhaps 3 degrees above a climate mean of 10 degrees Celsius. The solid red line, which is represented by my specific temperature forecast, also signals temperatures to be at least 2 or 3 degrees above norm. The following weather chart for Friday the 21st of October helps to illustrate why temperatures are likely to be generally trending above climate averages. Low pressure is forecast to be dominating the weather across the majority of the UK, but also producing a relatively mild west or southwesterly air mass across most areas, which again is likely to aid in maintaining temperatures slightly above climate norms. Between days 6 and 10, a similar trend continues from yesterday, and that is at the start of the 6 to 10 day period, towards and over the weekend of the 15th to 16th of October, temperatures are likely to be at least 2 or 3 degrees above norms, before then dropping and becoming just around 1 degree above average towards the 17th and 18th of October. Despite some model divergence, overall confidence levels are medium or medium to high to suggest that once again, between days 6 and 10, temperatures are still forecast to be trending slightly above climate norms. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days throughout the remainder of this week and into the weekend of the 15th and 16th of October, confidence levels are high given good model agreement and consistency for temperatures to be at least 3 or 4 degrees above a climate mean of 11 degrees Celsius. This is an association with a relatively mild, if not warm, south or southwesterly air mass developing across the United Kingdom, particularly towards the middle and latter half of the week. And now moving on to take a look at the expected European temperatures in some closer detail. And with the exception of perhaps Iberia, where temperatures here may be nearer to climate averages, the majority of the available forecast models maintain most areas of Europe to have temperatures at least 1 to 3 degrees above climate means. This is in association with relatively mild weather persisting and dominating across most areas towards the end of October. The latest France model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation, and as you can see within the highlighted red circle, generally covering the 11 to 15 day period, all of the available forecast models have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees above a climate mean of around 12 or 13 degrees Celsius. Between days 6 and 10, most of the available forecast models maintain temperatures to be either near or trending slightly above climate averages, but only by around 1 or 2 degrees. Austria and Italy, for example, may have temperatures very near to climate norms, yet some central and western areas of Europe, including Switzerland and France, may have temperatures at least 1 or 2 degrees above climate norms. Using the latest Benelux model comparison graph as an example, as you can see within the highlighted red circle, the majority of the available forecast models, including my specific temperature forecast, as represented by the solid red line, has temperatures perhaps initially near or just slightly above average, but as the 6 to 10 day period progresses, temperatures are then likely to become around 2 or perhaps 3 degrees above climate averages. And finally, within the short term, over the next 2 to 5 days, there continues to be an interesting east and west split in the expected temperatures, with many central and particularly eastern areas of Europe, including Germany and Austria, having temperatures below climate averages by perhaps at least 3 or 4 degrees. Yet in contrast, many western areas of Europe, including the United Kingdom and Iberia, for example, is likely to have temperatures trending above climate averages by at least 2 or 3 degrees. The following weather chart for Friday the 14th of October helps to illustrate this temperature trend, and as you can see, an area of high pressure dominating across central and some northern regions of Europe It's producing a mild south or southwesterly air mass across the United Kingdom, France and Iberia, and it is here temperatures are forecast to be above average, but in contrast a much cooler, if not rather cold, north or northwesterly air mass develops on the eastern side of the high pressure across eastern areas of Europe, and hence the reason why temperatures across eastern Europe are forecast to be generally below climate norms. And now moving on to take a look at the precipitation forecast across Scandinavia. And over the next 7 to 10 days, precipitation totals are forecast to be above average across many areas of Norway, yet in contrast are forecast to be either near or trending below average across most regions of Sweden and also Finland. Within the longer term, as we move towards the end of October, precipitation totals are forecast to remain generally above average or perhaps even well above average across some southern and western areas of Norway, yet in contrast, many areas of Finland and Sweden are forecast to have precipitation totals nearer to climate norms. And now moving on to take a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal. And starting with Australia, there is a new and developing signal that many central and northern regions of the country in particular are forecast to have a particularly warm, if not very warm, 7 to 10 days at least. Mean surface temperatures at least 6 to 8 degrees above climate averages are possible, with mean surface temperatures ranging between 30, perhaps even 35 degrees across some northern areas. And finally, there is also a trend for temperatures to generally remain well above climate averages across many southern and southwestern areas of Africa in particular. Mean surface temperatures may well be at least 8 to 10 degrees across some southwestern areas, with mean surface temperatures generally ranging between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.